Hi, I'm Laufey, and I'm here with Deezer to discuss my new album, A Matter of Time.
Tell me I'm wrong.
The album, I really wanted to kind of focus on the songwriting aspect first. I didn't want to go into the studio and then write, and I wanted to just kind of sit in my room, and whether it's a hotel room or my bedroom, and just kind of get an idea of what I wanted the songs to speak for lyrically. So that's kind of how it started in my bedroom, and I just wrote most of the songs before I even went into a recording studio, and then I brought them to my producer Spencer, and we just worked it out from there. And it kind of very similar process to how I recorded my first two albums. I didn't really want to change the process very much at all, because I don't know, the last album was so much more of a success than I ever thought it would be, and I knew I wanted to showcase a new side of myself with this album, but I knew that the new side had to come from my brain and come from my writing, rather than being in a new space or working with different people. It was kind of important to me to keep that sacred space for creation that I've already had before. So I write everything kind of at the same time. If anything, I start with a title or an idea. I write down just a list of titles, and that's usually what sparks an idea for me. Either that, or this is very simple, but oh, I'm so sad, I spilled my milk this morning, and then I'll write a song about that. But it always, and then once I have the concept, I sit down and write everything at once. I've never really, aside from one song on the album, actually, A Cautionary Tale, that one is the only song I've ever really written over, and that's the only song I co-wrote on the album.
Can't help but
There are so many lyrics that I love in Snow White. I think Snow White for me signifies this changing of a songwriting style for me. Not changing, but rather just growth, and this level of just going straight for honesty. I think I used to think a little bit about how my lyrics were going to be perceived. I feel like with this album, and especially with Snow White, I kind of just said it the way I would say it to my friends or say it to myself. So it is a very special song to me. A woman's best currency is her body and not her brain. And I kind of wrote this for two reasons. It came kind of out of frustration for, I don't know, I guess I was kind of living in this moment where I felt like I didn't look the part for being the singer and the platform that I had. I kind of felt like a regular girl still, and all of a sudden I had these things to go to and red carpets to walk, and people looking at me in a way that I never thought I'd be looked at. So it's kind of about my struggle with my self-image and feeling like that I don't fit this image. And then the second part of it is very literal, and that is that I feel like oftentimes women are judged by how they look, or how they act, or how they are online before you even listen to their word. Like a woman's body or how they dress or whatever is perceived more than their actual word or their intellect or their worth. So, many people ask me, because in the song Snow White, I sing about sometimes I see her, she looks like Snow White. And so many people have asked me, who's Snow White? Who do you see that, you want to be like? And I've never seen Snow White as anyone other than myself. It's this, I look in the mirror and I see this version of myself that is the way I want to be. But it's not me, that's who Snow White is to me. It's this version of me that's more successful, or my body or face fits into this image that is fit for the world, or fit for public consumption or whatever. So yeah, that's who Snow White is. It's just this version of me that I'll never really be, this version of me that I will probably try to constantly chase, and this version of me that will constantly change with how I am changing and how my goals are changing.
get the fuck out of my atmosphere.
Clean Air is also kind of like Snow White. I just wanted to write, and I wasn't thinking too much, and there's a swear word in it, and it's, it's a very thoughtless song to me. For me, it was this song of feeling like I had overcome. And I wrote at the end of the year in Iceland, and it was really dark and really depressing. And, we get like 3 hours of sunlight during the winter, and it should be so depressing, but somehow I felt like I was breathing clean air for the first time. I also felt like I was kind of letting go of all of the things from 2024 that were not serving me anymore. All of this toxic stuff, whether it was like a relationship or a friend, like a toxic friend, or, a toxic mindset, some sort of insecurity. Clean air for me was like breaking out of that and just breathing clean air and riding into the new year, and sweeter pastures wait for me like a lover. And it's like just like this thought that you're running into these beautiful, clean, sweet pastures. And the like a lover part is kind of like that excitement of new love, when a lover is waiting for you, or somebody that loves you waits for you. That's the biggest sign of love for me. It's like, when I see videos of people at the airport waiting for their loved ones, even when I'm at the airport and I see people waiting for their loved ones, or like that scene in Love Actually, it's like that makes me cry, because nobody's gonna wait for you like a lover. So yeah.
Quoting epic.
Oh, I mean, in the song Mr. Eclectic, I recorded it at Electric Lady Studios in New York, and Claro was in the studio next to me, and I went and I was like, do you want to do BGBs on this song? Like, while I was recording it. And so she came over and we shared a bottle of wine, and we're just like doing, and you can hear at the end of Mr. Eclectic, it's like chicka chicka, like we're like making all these like kind of rhythmic mouth sounds, and I played cello on it, and she like took her flute out, and we were literally just like putting anything on the song, and it was really funny. And I thought that was, I feel like that was like a funny moment, and it was really carefree music making, which at that point I'm so thankful to her for she was the one who was like suggesting that, and because I think I was like explaining some of the things to her, and it was getting really like a little technical, like I'd overthought certain parts of it, and she was like, let's just like have fun, and like just, it doesn't really matter what you do, it doesn't have to make sense. And so I'm like eternally grateful to her for that.
Foolish things that men have said to you and win.
There's so many. I think there are a couple of songs that I tried to do something different while still staying myself, and I think those surprised me, because I could see how much musical range I could have within my musical vocabulary. I thought that was really cool. It felt like I was finding new words within my own musical vocabulary. So I think writing this album just gave context for my past self. I think it reminded me of how insecure I was when I first started recording albums and making music, and how much I've grown since then, because I felt so much more in command during this album than I ever have. Like, I produced the album with Spencer, and having this role as a producer, I think I never dared to claim as much before, because I don't know, I guess I thought a producer was just like a man with a computer, and it's not only that, like there's arrangement involved and all of these things that I can make calls for my vocal chain. Like, that doesn't need to be a decision that anybody else makes. And I didn't dare to, because I just literally didn't know. I didn't dare to claim that before. And so for this, I just like was very, very decisive. And when I had an idea, I believed in it rather than let it go away. So I think that, but I had to live through the past albums to get to that point. So but then I think for my future self, it really, I don't know, I'm so happy I wrote this album, and it feels so me, and I love it so much. It's the music that I love the most. I don't think I've ever loved an album this much. And but it makes me excited for the future too, because now I feel like I can fly right now, which is like a crazy thing to say, but I do.
I'll never
Do you know like Fantasia? Like the one with Mickey Mouse. I feel like that's what I envision. Somewhere between Fantasia and Cinderella. Like a little bit dreamlike, a little bit weird. Like you blink and all of a sudden hats are walking. You know, it's like, or broomsticks are walking. Like it's a little surreal. It's like something that you believed of me is tested. Your knowledge of me is tested. And I really like that. And so, yeah.
She's achieved.
They definitely inspire me in so many ways. It's such a beautiful community. They inspire me to continue being me because they've joined me and come for me in a way that they've supported me in a state that is the most me. So they always allow me to just be me. Like I've never needed to pretend to be someone else or try to make any sort of different kind of music. Like they always support me for who I am. It's so hard because I feel like there's an amazing fan reaction at least in every single concert. I'm trying to think of maybe something more recent. I was in a concert recently and there was a girl who was like, "This is my first concert ever." And I thought that was so cute. And I was like, oh, and it was like a sit down concert. It was like a solo, quite intimate concert. And I was like, this is a really great first concert. And I don't know, I got to like talk with the fans a little bit more in those concerts, which was fun. Oh, there was a really fun one actually in Paris. This was so silly. I wanted to see the Eiffel Tower shine, like sparkle, because I'd never seen it before. And so I was walking along the bank and there was a girl who was like, "Oh, are you Laufey?" And we took a photo together and her friend was like, like maybe didn't recognize me or something. And then she probably like didn't know how my name was pronounced or something. And then her friend like spelled out the name for her and she was like, "I'm going to your concert in Austin." And she was so embarrassed, which was so cute. But I was so thankful. I was like, she felt really bad, I could tell. But I was like, the fact that somebody knows me for my music and not just only for my face or whatever is like, that's like so validating. Like I know she's going to the concert to listen to the songs. And that was really cool.
Around your finger, oh, grandiose.
Oh, I hope they believe in their dreams. I know that sounds so beyond cheesy. That is so cool, but if I can do it, you can do it. Like, and have me in front of you as a walking, talking reminder. Whether your dream is to be on stage or your dream is to be, I don't know, the boss of your own company in the future, or your dream is to be a farmer or something. Like, literally, you can do what your mind believes, you know? Like, you can kind of take chances. Thank you so much, Deezer. I had so much fun answering all these questions, and I hope you learned more about me and my music.